Recording in progress.
Graduated from our 30 conference, we have one city number 4000487, where the structural reinforcement of food and refurbishment and reviews. The major ceremonial hall, second floor Malacanang Palace, Candeliers. Funding source trust fund up to the president FY 2024 with the release of 11,139,000. 135 pesos in fees tapos with one operation of 60 taxes. And last we have 250 instruction to the purpose center SPAA. Court and rest of the city phase 3. Funding source that 2025 with the TPC of 48 billion 245,800 pesos and 50 with one operation of 210. For this, with the requirements, tax documents, legal documents we have set EPI or here's for BPs with the city or municipality where the principal the prospective figure is. In fact, their certificate is trying to review the GAR. For technical documents, we have the cover start for become licensed. Records of completed contracts both government and private.
Sabi ko pa nga sa kanya, parang hindi ko nakita yung napasingit mo sa akin yung mga kaya ka, hindi ko maalala nang nag-put-list. Na-spam mo ako sa mga papel.
Another should be considered similar to the contract has a state design for an annual the following diverse for 240-037. Either the category is building restoration, and for 250-00040, buildings construction without house, no rise stock with 3 1 to 5 stories. For similar category, please refer to PO number 164 series of 2025 or the updated guidance for the determination of major and similar category support and eligibility requirements for work experience in the procurement of infrastructure contracts. For the report of license for 240-00237 size range small fee license categories and for 250-00048 size range medium A license categories. For the financial documents, the audited financial statements stamped received by the GIR is truly accredited and authorized institutions for the preceding calendar year, which will not be earlier than 2 years from the date of insubmission. Tax returns filed and taxes paid to the BIR electronic filing and payment system, and computation of NFC's is able to be computed using the prescribed formula. NFCC is equal to quantity current assets minus current liabilities minus volumes finished furnishing to the award projects not yet started to coinciding with the contract to be. For Class B documents or for joint venture, valid JPA, each partner for joint venture shall submit the participants offer disclosure in accordance with section 20.9.1 of the IRR April 005. The submission of technical and financial eligibility documents by any of the joint venture partners constitute compliance, provided that the partner responsible to submit the NFCC shall likewise submit the statement of models of going contracts and audited financial statements. For the submissions and the receipt of fees. The contents of first envelope for the technical proposal, we have further certificate of registration, packet membership, latest information sheet, or general information sheet reflecting the beneficial ownership information generally received by the Securities and Exchange Commission for corporations, pick-up license and registration or special pick-up license in joint venture, statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, statement of SLCC, NFCC computation, JBA if applicable, bid security in the prescribed form, amount, and validity period, product requirements such as organization, target, list of contractors, personnel, list of contractor major construction, and laboratory equipment and omnibus work statements. And last, you have ISO 9001 specification requirement for large EUP and EUP contractors in the procurement of infrastructure projects of the department as per DO 110 citizen. For the bid security, the bid validity period and bid security validity period is 120 calendar days from the date of submission of the bid completes, and the bidder shall submit a bid security declaration or any form of bid security written. For cash or treasury managers charged each by a bank, the amount of bid security is not less than 2% of the APC per capita or guarantee or irrevocable else issued by a bank. Provided, however, that it shall be confirmed or authenticated by a local bank if issued by a foreign bank, and for surety bond callable upon demand issued by surety insurance company certified the insurance condition is authorized to exercise security, not less than 5% of it. For the contents of second envelope or the financial proposal, value is 12%. Need 4 must be in accordance with the 4 prescribed in section 9 of the bidding or the Philippine bidding documents related first. Bid prices in the BOQ, detailed estimates, cash flow in the quarter, payment schedule, and please refer to the DPWH number 30 series of 2025 for the pay items which shall or shall not be subjected to OCM and or the numbers. Bid submission may be done manually or electronically or online. However, if you only select one vote of submission, either manual or electronic, similar to campaign submission, the guidance for the preparation and submission of an electronic bid are done into the PDS activity document. And for these, online, the procedure follows the 11-9. If submitted to a matter that is not listed as official licensed officer, their contractors or certificate assessed or access through the civil works application, it must be accompanied by any of the following authorization. You have authorized SP or partial resolution is necessary. Additionally, the representative must present the valid company ID and the valid personal ID to ensure the representative is an official company member and to prevent fraudulent factors, such as unauthorized use of another contractor's eligibility for the person. Bids must be received by the absent regard for manual signature or as electronic underscore its or a typical digital block dedicated. For electronic submission on or before April 21, 2026, at a date of last take bids from non-notified. For the bid evaluation, the financial component of the bids of each past bidder shall be evaluated using non-discretionary medical corrections for computation errors and considered the correct total calculated bid prices. The bank shall automatically disqualify any total from calculated bid price, which exceeds the aims. The following factors are to be considered in the evaluation of bid prices. For completeness, no price indicated non-responsive, specifying as zero or that, treated as zero fee. All prices are decreased with all taxes and fees not addressing or providing all of the required items in the bidding documents for applicable properties and considered non-responsive. Support of medical corrections, fee prices and figures versus words for review. Total price versus price per item, unit price per item. Total price versus actual stock of important items, actual stock reveals, and cost per estimate versus the cost of goods should be and the above means not purpose qualifications, verification of legal requirements such as licenses, certificates, permits, and agreements submitted by the bidder and not in the list. For technical requirements, you have personnel with work experience requirements to be satisfied. Availability and commitment of future construction equipment. Failure of the prospective bidder to state the technical description of the pledge equipment that is specific information whether owned, based or under purchase agreement shall result in the bidder's automatic post disqualification for a work of construction and for future feasibility for DO 58 Performance in low government and private contracts, negative stickers over 15% in any one project, or negative stickers of 10% in each two or more contracts. Failure to recover tends to be over to complete ongoing contracts is not by the applicants. Failure to recover tends to be over
Sarap ng cornet ni Ivy, no? Ang sarap ng cornet mo. Si Ivy, cornet, hindi na siya bote, no? Ang sarap talaga, no? Ayos. Kaya niya, si Ivy din kapag pinipirma daw. Si Ivy daw. Ay, ang dami na. Si Ivy daw kapag pinipirma daw. Hindi na nakakaubok daw.
For the financial requirements,
Bibigay kay Ivy din.
not also the personal and equipment requirements of the project is for the owner and she is submitted well for the technical requirements for single versus projects for company. If a proposed key technical personnel is employed the bidder and working on another project at the same time of the bid. The bidder shall submit a certification that the person will be put out for the whole project once the bidder is supported upon.
Ano?
In order to will be repeated another person with equal or better qualifications certified when they have been implemented in office. The bidder may propose a technical person who is not its employee, provided that the said person has reported the certification that he or she will work for the bidder who is awarded the contract. And this certification shall be the first sentence of this year. Also, the verified reports will be design of equipment pledged by the bidder. The bidder should specify the submitted fee. The location of the equipment where they can be inspected, and equipment is found in the specified location, then the bidder shall be qualified. Dash under three is the list of key personnel for contract ID number 4000237. And for 2500004. Note the key number of all the text personnel. And please refer to the old 276 of 2024 on the suspension of departing order number 1486 of 2024. And DPWH accredited materials and repairs of in accordance with the issue department order 96 of 2016. Are the revised guidelines for on the accreditation of contractors or consultants. Dash for your states that is a major construction equipment for the contract ID number 2400037. And for 2500040, please say you own these or on the purchasing and supported this with duplication of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the funds. For the contract award, the contract shall be awarded to the bidder whose fee is bidder fee to be the lowest, calculated and responsive fee as a result of the detailed evaluation and post-qualification to come. The successful bidder shall be notified to the issuers of this award within the validation period that is for the successful bidder rectification based upon the other competences. Those in subcontracting is not allowed. Common reasons for rejection of fees, ineligibility, post-qualification. Here is the individual copy of the certified by the Insurance Commission indicating the name of project of period entity in the contractor. Charter rate validity and fee security validity period. Overlapping project equipment and the key technical personnel. Period to indicate the validity of fee in the form. Date submission of fee. Period to submit supporting documents such as certification of availability information of the equipment lessor or rather the duration of the project equipment that is released for purchase. Negative status in ongoing projects, negative 15% or more, negative 10% in case of 2 or more ongoing projects, and unsatisfactory as common errors in the submission of fees, incomplete pages of the documents, both technical and financial, and authority of the signatory to sign on behalf of the bidder. For single proprietor, signatory should be the owner or proprietor. For corporation or cooperative, board secretaries or deputy and board presidents. For for joint venture or joint venture institution or agreement and or partnership is indicated in the articles of partnership. Reminder, deadline for submission of clarification is until April 10th, 2026 at 4 o'clock addressed to the voucher person Sherwin I. Galeros. Deadline for submission of fees is April 21, 2026 at 8 o'clock a.m. Number of copies of the proposal is one original copy and two duplicate copies of the first or technical and second or financial envelope of its fee and case of submission of fees is divisions are not confirmed. Also, we have memorandum dated March 6, 2023 of the Department Secretary regarding the reiteration of department policies or assurances or the seal of the documents and development in the seal of the page prior. Item 1, Department Citizens Charter and a numbered memorandum dated December 27, 2020. Only the following documents are required from prospective readers prior to sale of the documents. You have company ID or any document ID authorization that is not authorized by its officer in the seal of the fee, and letters of intent for foreign public parties. Next, we have PO 110, Case of 2024, or Certification of Science 2601. Then, certification requirement for large and contractors in the procurement of infrastructure projects on the part. All contractors are hereby required to submit essential documentation starting at 30 Next, we have the 07 Citizen Amendment for the suspension of Department Order number 1486 of 2024. This is to address the foreseen delay in the implementation of new infrastructure projects due to unavailability of DPWH targeted project engineers. PO 1486 of 2024 is hereby suspended until further notice. However, this is not applicable to the implementation and construction of buildings and bridges. And that's to have in compliance with a numbered memorandum dated February 24-2026 of the Department Secretary regarding clarification of the implementation of beneficial ownership disclosure requirement under memorandum dated December 19, 2025. The separate submission of the sworn affidavit of eligibility and beneficial ownership as its stage is no longer being required. Attached are the memos for your reference.
Questions? Are there any questions from the prospective leaders? Baka may mga tanong po kayo. If there are none, thank you very much po for participating. Thank you po. We will now proceed with the deliberation of the two contract for the hauling of waste materials and also the procurement of security services. So thank you very much po. Sir, thank you ba? Let's proceed with the deliberation ng dalawang contracts. Late. Si Ariel.
For the deliberation of the evaluation or contract item 25GO006 for the hauling of waste materials, transport, treatment for hazardous waste, and other related disposals. Its scope of the contract, hauling, transport, treatment, and disposal of waste materials with the ABC of 24 million and 127,034 pesos and 72 centavos.
Ano na, no?
Implementation pa rin dapat. Yung flexibilities.
Ano bang
Yung
nakalagay?
delivery.
Yung ano, yung
One technical components, ocean example. One financial components, in the national corporation pass. For the total bid as well, international corporation
yung sinasabi ko yung sa ordinance. Ano
for
bang nakalagay?
499,656. And
Pwede na ako.
total populated 24,499,656.
Hindi naman siya i-deliver.
Over the technical correction, we should 1.5% variance of the. We have it's on the result of the evaluation, the WHG comments to declare international cooperation and even investigating related to is subjected to post notification in accordance with the provisions of Part 8, 1200 and its implementing rules and regulations. For information and the inclusion of the law.
For the deliberation of bid evaluation report of 25GO 00025 for the procurement of security services contract of DPWH NCR COVID-19 quarantine facility, Jokno, Pasay City for 6 months for calendar year 2026. Brief scope of the contract, security services contract, with approved budget for the contract of 2,199,753.18 and a delivery period of 6 months. Two bidders purchased bid docs, namely Marban Security and Investigation Agency Inc. and Agilex Security Agency Inc. Two participating bidders upon opening of the bids. Two bids with technical components opened and examined. Marban Security and Investigation Agency Inc. passed. Agilex Security Agency Inc. passed. Two financial components opened and examined. Marban Security and Investigation Agency Inc. passed. Agilex Security Agency Inc. passed. Marban Security and Investigation Agency Inc. total bid as read 2,003,540 pesos and 74 centavos. Total calculated bid 2,003,540 pesos and 76 centavos with arithmetical corrections and a variance of negative 8.92% from the ABC. Next, Agilex Security Agency Inc. Total bid as read 2,199,603 pesos and 71 centavos for a total calculated bid non-responsive, unit cost is only for 1 month and is not responsive to the cost for security services contract for 6 months. Based on the result of the detailed evaluation, the TWG recommends to declare Marban Security and Investigation Agency Inc. as the bidder with a single calculated bid to be subjected to post-qualification in accordance with the provisions of RA 12009 and its implementing rules and regulations. For information and deliberation of the back members.
Are there any comments from our members?
Ma'am, I move that the bid valuation reports presented be adopted.
I second the motion.
Okay, the report now adopted. We proceed with the post qualification. So, are there any other schedule? Thank you very much po for attending. Adjourn na po tayo.
Thank you, ma'am.
Record.